Hello and welcome to a Chapter 8 practice problem. Today we will be looking at a problem similar to question 33 in Chapter 8, finding the necessary sample size for proportions. The problem we will be looking at today is, in a survey, the planning value for the population proportion is p equals 0.34. How large a sample should be taken to provide a 90% confidence interval with a margin of error of 0.05? First, we need to define our terms. P is equal to 0.34. This is our population proportion, which is given to us in the problem. Our desired margin of error, or capital E, is also given as 0.05. We can determine alpha by taking 1 minus our confidence coefficient. So for this problem, it gives us 1 minus 0.9, which equals 0.1. So our alpha value is 0.1. Next, we need to find the z-score of alpha divided by 2. The way that you find the z-score of alpha divided by 2 is by taking 1 and subtracting our confidence coefficient and dividing that number by 2. So for this problem, we would take 1 minus 0.9, which gives us 0.1, and then we divide that number by 2, which gives us 0.05. Lastly, we need to find the corresponding z-score for that area to the left on our z-table. So doing that, it gives us a z-score of negative 1.645. The reason that it's negative 1.645 is because when the alpha divided by 2 gives us an area to the left that falls between two z-scores that are equidistant from each other. In this case, negative 1.64 and negative 1.65 are both 0.0005 away from being the correct z-score. So we add the two z-scores together and divide that number by 2 to take the average, which gives us our negative 1.645. Now, we have all of our information to plug into our sample size formula. I have the formula up here in case you need to refer to it. I also have it right here. So plugging in our terms, we have our population proportion, or in this case P, of 0.34. We have the z-score of alpha divided by 2 of negative 1.645, and we have our desired margin of error of 0.05. So plugging them into the formula, we have negative 1.645 squared times 0.34 times 1 minus 0.34 divided by 0.05 squared. This gives us a necessary sample size of 242.89 observations, but because we can't take a sample that has partial observations, in this case that being the 0.89, we have to round our answer to the nearest whole number to cover our bases. Because if we rounded this down to 242, we wouldn't quite be that 90% confident that the question is looking for. So that's why the real answer is 243. I hope this video was helpful in explaining this concept to you, and I will see you in the next video.